Hello guys, welcome to a video lecture on Introduction to ARM instruction set. Here we will go through a list of instruction set and the operation of those instructions. After understanding of this concept, the students will be able to demonstrate the ARM data processing instructions, and then they can write different ARM programs using these instructions. Here we will go through the features of ARM instructions, the ARM instruction classes, that is different types of ARM instructions, and then we will see in brief of data processing instructions. Let us know the features of data processing instructions. So here each instruction, not only a data processing instruction, any of the instruction of the ARM is having a 32-bit long size. That is, the size of one instruction is decoded into a 32-bit size. The second point is most instruction executed in a single machine cycle. So as one instruction is a long of 32-bit size, it can be executed in a single machine cycle. The third point is condition codes can be optionally used. So we will go through some of the condition codes that can be added to any of the instruction as a suffix, and they are optionally used. The ARM instruction set is having a load and store architecture. A load and store instructions are powerful instructions that helps the ARM processor to process the application in a faster way. Let us go for the first one, the second point, the ARM instruction classes. So ARM instruction set are divided into data processing instructions, branch instructions, status register transfer instructions, load and store instructions, and coprocessor instructions. Here in this video we will go for a data processing instructions. There are different types of data processing instructions where the data is going to be stored into a registers and it is being manipulated or processed. First we will see a conditional codes that are used as a suffix for any of the instructions. The conditional codes are not instructions, they are if conditions which are applied to any of the instruction to be executed. So if these conditions met true, then only the instruction is going to be executed. Then we will go for a data movement instructions. Later on, the arithmetic operations or arithmetic instructions, a comparison instructions, and then logical instructions. Here are a conditional codes. I repeat, these are not instructions, rather these are conditional codes that are added to the instruction as a suffix. So if this condition is met, then only the instruction is going to execute the further operations. So the first one, suffix EQ. The meaning of this suffix EQ is equal. So this suffix is added to any of the instruction, and that instruction is going to be executed only when the flag Z is set. The Z is 0 flag. So here we have to look for is a CPSR, that is current program status register, where we have a flag field which contains a carry flag, zero flag, negative flag, and overflow flag V. So whenever we add EQ in front of any of the instruction, that instruction is going to be executed only when the zero flag is equal to 1. If Z is not equal to 1, the instruction is not going to be executed. It will be skipped and the next instruction of that is going to be executed. Likewise, the second one is NE, which is not equal. The meaning of NE is not equal. This is also a suffix which can be added to any of the instruction. So here the instruction is going to be executed only when the zero flag Z is equal to 0. So it means whenever we manipulate any of the arithmetic operations or any of the equations, then there may be a chances of that zero flag is equal to 0. That is, the result is not 0. Therefore, this instruction is going to be executed only when the Z is equal to 0. Likewise, we have a CS. CS is unsigned higher or same, where the CS suffix is going to look for C flag. C is a carry flag. So if C is equal to 1 set, then the number is unsigned or the same, unsigned higher or the same. Then only the instruction is going to be executed. Likewise, there is a CC, where it is the meaning of CC is unsigned lower. That is, the condition for this is C carry flag should be 0, clear. Only if the C is clear, then only the instruction is going to be executed. Likewise, we have many, like MI is, the meaning of MI is negative, that is related to the negative flag. So if n is equal to 1, then only the instruction is going to be executed. The instruction can have PL positive or 0. So if the number is positive, the N flag is going to be 0. So during that, the instruction is going to be executed. VS, where if there is a overflow, then only the instruction is going to be executed. V is overflow flag. So if V is equal to 1, then the instruction is going to be executed when we use VS. If we use VC, the instruction is going to be executed only when the V is equal to 0. That is, there should not be any overflow. If we use HI, that is unsigned higher, for this condition, the instruction is going to be executed only when C, the carry flag, is equal to 1 and 0 flag is equal to 0. Then we have LS, an unsigned lower or same. So condition for this code is C should be clear and Z should be 1. For example, GE is greater or equal. So for this, the condition should be the negative flag equals to an overflow flag n equals to v. Only then the instruction is going to be executed. So like that we have LT, GT and LE, AL. Whereas AL is always, even though if you don't write any AL, the instruction will have always, it is going to be executed. So after the conditional codes, we will move for a data movement instructions. So here the syntax for data movement instructions are: the first, there should be an op code, operational code, and then there should be a condition that already we have seen in the previous slide, condition code, and then the suffix yes. After this there should be a space, and then there should be a destination register RD, comma, operand 2. So for data movement instructions we have two instructions over here. First one is a move instruction, move with the condition with suffix s, then RD, and then operand 2. So here RD is going to be any of the register from R0 to R12, and operand 2 may be a register or an immediate data. Then here the value of operand 2 will be copied into the destination register. The next instruction for data movement is MVN, that is move negative. This is also same as the move instruction, but the operation is here a negative value of operand 2, whichever we mention in the place of operand 2, it will be negated first and then it will be loaded into a destination register, but the value of operand 2 remains same, it will not be changed. Note that these make no use of operand 1. So here only two operands are used, that is RD and operand 2. The operand 1 is not at all used. So for examples, we'll see the move R0, R1, where load the value of register R1 into a register R0. Here the operand 2, in the place of operand 2, the register R1 is used. Therefore, the value of R1 is going to be copied into the register R0. Move S R2, hash 00. So here the value 0x00, that is hexadecimal number 00, is loaded into a register R2, and this instruction is going to update the flag bits in the CPSR register. Note that if we don't use the suffix yes, this instruction will not update any of the flags. If we use yes, then only this instruction is going to update the flag bits. The third example for move negative is MVN EQ R1, hash 0. So here move negative, that is the value of operand 2 is going to be inverted first or negated first. Therefore the value of operand 2 will become 0xFF. As we have a 0, the invert of that 0 is 0FF. So that value is going to be loaded into R1. and this instruction is going to be executed only if the condition equal is true. That is, for EQ, this instruction is going to check the zero flag. If zero flag is equal to 1, then only this instruction is going to be executed, or else this instruction is going to be skipped. The arithmetic operations. So syntax for this is operation, that is opcode, then condition, then S, and then RD, RN, operand 2. See that the RD is not operand. RD is a destination register. RN is a source register. Operand 2 is also a source. The operand 2 may be any register or any of the immediate value. Let us see the operations. We have ADD, add opcode, where it is going to add operand 1 plus operand 2. Then the operand 1 is Rn and operand 2 is any register or immediate value. So these two, Rn plus operand 2, are going to be added and the value is going to be loaded into the destination register Rd, which we are going to mention. Another instruction we have ADC. So here again operand 1 plus operand 2 plus the carry. So here the operand 1, that is Rn, plus the operand 2, it may be a immediate value or any of the register. These two are added first and then a carry is also added with these two operands. So ADC is add with carry. Then we have SUB, is subtract. So this instruction is going to subtract the operand 2 from operand 1. So the value is going to be loaded into RD. Here operand 1 is Rn, operand 2 is any of the register. SBC, here SBC is subtract with carry. So operand 1 minus operand 2 minus carry. It should be a minus. We just make some correction over here. Okay, so it should be a minus. Subtract with carry. And then we have another instruction, RSB. RSB is reverse subtraction. That is where the subtraction is going to operate operand 1 minus operand 2, but reverse subtraction is going to operate operand 2 minus operand 1. Then we have reverse subtraction with carry. So again operand 2 minus operand 1 minus carry. It should be a minus. So for examples, we'll see some of the few examples here. Add R0, R1, R2. So here in the place of destination register RD, R0 is placed. In the place of Rn, R1 is placed, and in the place of operand 2, R2 is placed. So the value of R1 plus the value of R2 are going to be loaded into the register R0. Some of the characters are not displayed here. just go through the lecture. The next example is SUBGT, that is, here the value R3 is going to be subtracted, the value operand 2 1 is going to be subtracted by the Rn, that is R3, and the value is going to be loaded into R3 again. So this instruction is going to be executed only if the greater than, that is the Z should not be 0 and N should be equal to V. So this for GT condition code, the the condition is written in the previous slide. Another example we'll see RSBLES. So here reverse subtraction, that is operand 2 is 5 minus operand 1 is R5, and then the value is going to be loaded into R4. So this instruction is going to be executed only if LE, the condition LE is met, less than or equal. So Z should be equal to 1 or the N flag should not be equal to V. So comparison instructions. The syntax for comparison instructions: operation, condition code, Rn, operand 2. See that the destination register is not present in this syntax, as well as the suffix s is also not present in this syntax. So here, whenever these instructions are operated or executed, the value, the result is not going to be stored anywhere. These instructions are used only to update the flags. Even though if we don't use the suffix yes for these instructions are going to be updating the flag fields. Let us see some of the comparison instructions. CMP, that is compare. So this is going to operate as operand 1 minus operand 2. So operand 1 is Rn, operand 2 may be a register or any of the immediate value. So whenever this is operated, that is subtraction is being done, the result is not going to be written anywhere, but the flags are going to be updated. So depending upon those flags, we can write any of the applications. Then CMN, that is compare negative. That is, here the value of operand 2 is going to be made 2's complement, and then it is going to be added with the operand 1. So here also the result is not going to be written anywhere, and the flags are going to be updated. The next instruction is test, TST, test. So this is basically an AND operation. So operand 1 and operand 2. The result is not stored, but the flags are updated again. Similarly, the TEQ. TEQ is test equivalence. So for testing equivalence, that is a similar values, we use XOR operation, a logical XOR. So the operand 1 is going to be XOR with operand 2. Here also the same, result is not stored, and the value is not stored, and it operates the flags. Examples: CMP R0, R1. So here compare R0 and R1, that is R0 minus R1, but result is not stored anywhere, and updates the flag field, that is NZCV. Then TST EQ R2, 5. So here test the fifth bit of R2 register, that is R2 ANDed with 0x05, and this instruction is going to be executed only when the EQ condition is met true, that is Z should be equal to 1, then only this instruction is going to be executed. Let us see the logical instructions. Here the syntax is going to be like this: opcode, that is operation, then condition, then suffix yes, and then rd, rn, comma operand 2. So the instructions are AND instruction, EOR instruction, ORR instruction, and BIC instruction, where the AND operation is going to is a logical ANDing between the operand 1 and operand 2, and then the result is going to be stored into the RD, destination register. It's a bitwise ANDing between the operand 1 value and the operand 2 value. The EOR is exclusive OR operation between the operand 1 and operand 2. ORR is also a logical OR operation between the operand 1 and operand 2. BIC is bit clear, that is this instruction is first negating the operand 2, that is inverting the operand 2, then ANDing with the operand 1. So that is bit clear. Whichever bit is not required, it's going to be cleared. All these are illogical bit operations. So for examples, AND R0, R1, R2, where the R1 and R2 are ANDed first and the value is loaded into R0. See that we have not used the suffix yes, so that the flags not updated. BIC EQ R2, R3, #7, that is R3 is ANDed with the inverted value of 07 and then loaded into the register R2. So, and this condition is going to be executed only if the Z is equal to 1. That is, we have added EQ, that is why it will check Z always. EOR yes, R1, R3, R0. EOR is exclusive OR operation between the R3 and R0, and the value is going to be loaded into R1, and this instruction is going to be update the flags as we have used the suffix yes. This is a data processing instruction part. In the next video lecture we will see a different instruction set. Thank you.